A counter-defamation case that Donald Trump had filed was dismissed on Monday, and he had filed that case against Jean Carroll, who had won a case against Trump earlier over sexual abuse. The order on Monday arose from that earlier allegation by Jean Carroll that Donald Trump had raped her, and that was back in the mid-90s in a departmental store in Manhattan. Trump had denied those allegations, and one of his declared defenses was that she was, as he said, not his type. But a jury awarded Jean Carroll $5 million in damages in that case. Following that verdict, Jean Carroll said in response to a question she was asked on CNN whether this was just about sexual abuse, well, she said that Trump had raped her, and this is what she had alleged earlier. Trump sued her over that remark, and on Monday, the federal judge hearing Trump's complaint said that the jury in that earlier case had concluded that Trump did rape her as interpreted through the law in the state at the time. Now, this is not the end of that case. Trump is due to go on trial in January in another defamation suit that Jean Carroll had brought against Trump, and this was over remarks that Trump made later in 2019 when he was president. And that, as it happens, January 15th is the date of the first presidential primary in Iowa. These legal and political matters are getting mixed up, and as it stands, Trump is set to go on trial 6 times next year in parallel with the primaries, and those begin in January, and Super Tuesday falls on March the 5th, when about a third of delegates who eventually elect the presidential nominee can be selected. Trump currently faces 3 criminal charges in New York State over accounting irregularities, over paying porn star Stormy Daniels, and then 2 federal charges, and serious ones, in the case of irregular and allegedly criminal keeping of classified documents, and then over defrauding the nation over the January 6th attempt, as alleged, to disrupt the national election process. A 4th criminal charge is very likely in Georgia very soon. Trial begins on March the 25th in the Stormy Daniels case, the porn star case, on May 20th in the classified documents case, and on 28th of August we could have the trial date in the Capitol Hill case. Trump could conceivably, and as trends currently stand, even likely be nominated for president before he could be convicted in any of these cases, and while he is standing trial in those cases. So the future now of this political and legal mix looks quite uncertain, to say the least, but it should keep Trump busy next year.